Greetings, YouTube. Tonight, my wife and I are cooking up pot roast for Christmas Eve dinner. My wife has already deglazed the pan as she browned the outside of the roast, which is a 5-pound chuck roast. And we have carrots and onions in here. The potatoes will be cooked separately and will go in the rack on the outside of the pan so that they can cook before they get going inside to get some of the goodness in there. So there's a cup of wine that was used to deglaze the pan, and then there's an entire quart of beef stock in there. Now this particular aluminum cauldron is one that we happen to really like, but it actually comes with a plastic handle, which I obviously can't put in an oven, so I have modified it with a screw so that I can just grab that with a pair of pliers so that I can lift the lid off when I want to, and the whole thing can go in the oven and it will be just fine, because this is way too large for our slow cooker. And we're using a Puthic Red blended. So I got this, someone recommended this to me, so that's what we're using. I don't drink wine. We have garlic, and we have some Himalayan pink salt that's also in there. I don't know what else she's got in there. I think there might be some thyme and rosemary. I have to make sure don't have to put that in there myself. So at the moment this is resting, kind of bring it up to room temperature a little bit more, and then in a few minutes I will start up the heating process in the oven. There is no such thing as preheat. You cannot preheat an oven. Bugs me. And it goes in at 275 degrees for 4 to 5 hours. And then we'll be ready for dinner. I'm looking forward to that. So I'll probably show you an after picture as well. So there they go into the oven. I've got the potatoes on skewers, mostly because it's going to mean I can get them in and out of the oven more efficiently. I have a cat that's investigating what I'm doing. So now it begins their journey. In 2 hours, I will baste. And here we are at the basting stage. I wish you folks could smell this, because it is really fabulous. It really is. I'm looking forward to it. The potatoes are not done, which doesn't surprise me, because the temperature is only at 275 degrees, and it's pretty low for potato. I usually cook my potatoes at least 350, and seem to do a pretty good job. But at this lower temperature, it can take a lot longer. So I'll just put those back in. Sorry for the noise. Put those back in, and sorry, get that out of the way. Put those back in with the rest of this, and get on with the cooking. So we're just gonna put the cover back on with the handy dandy pliers. Shove this whole thing back in the oven and put it in for another 2 hours. And then we should be ready for dinner, more or less. And then I forgot to show you the finished product. So here you have the leftovers. You have the pot roast itself, and then the veggies, which I overcooked the potatoes, and I threw the potatoes in the stew, so they came out just fine. So it was an awesome meal. Everybody had a good time. And I guess you can't ask for much more than that. Now I got to see if I can strain this stock, because I got to be able to use it for something else.